Yes, we are back. Back again in Train Sim World 3, back again to do another route. And this time it's going back on a route that I've done before, but this time with a twist. Yes, as you can tell by the title of the stream / video, going to be taking some passenger trains on Cane Creek. Cane Creek, a line in the America land designed for freight. Oh no, we're not doing that. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're new to my content, or even if you're not, then welcome indeed. This going out, I think, on Christmas Eve. So, Merry Christmas Day thing, however you're celebrating, whatever you're doing. Other content from me currently is some Train Sim Classic on a Wednesday, something on a Monday and a Friday. All this going to be changing in the new year. Train Sim World 3 moving to a Friday, Train Sim Classic staying on a Wednesday, something else on a Monday. Simplifying the YouTubes for 2023. There'll be links in the description below where you can get the game / route. One down there to my Twitch page where you can watch me live on the Twitchy doing the Twitchy things, and one down there to my Discord server as well. So yes, hello to Aaron, by the way. So yeah, here at Cane Creek, which is looking quite Cane Creeky, and as I said, doing something in a train that shouldn't be on this route, and it's over there. Yeah, it's the HST. We've shipped it to the America land, and we're going to be taking a run here from where we are at the Cane Creek, stopping at 7 Mile, stopping at MK Main, and then stopping at Potash. So there is going to be some stops along the way. The first one in 21 miles time, and then what we'll do is when we get the other end, we'll change into something else less appropriate, and then do a journey back again. Had this discussion last night on the stream for those watching live about the fact that when I've been going through these routes alphabetically, as I've been doing, I've avoided the freight ones because I didn't think you could do a passenger trip. So okay, we might not get passengers, but I think it could be quite interesting to try a passenger train on a freight route just to see how it fares. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So we will jump on board the HST, which is looking quite HST-y. Can I get up there? Yes, I can. Okay, sit in the driver's seat. We should be all ready to go. So we release the brake, and then we should get the awesomeness that is the HST diseasely noise. Let's do the zooming in a tiny bit, and we'll do this then. Well, at least we're going forward this time. So good. Just realised as well, we've got no speed limit showing up, so that could be a thing. Right, bring that game audio down. Yeah, because I think because we're in a passenger train, it's confused itself regarding how fast we should be going. Oh no, we haven't. We got a limit, haven't we? 70 something miles an hour. The little red dotty thing. Whether we'll actually get to that in this, who will tell? We got a light that's green. That is good. We can proceed. There was a word in there. Proceeding, progressing, receding, digressing, ungressing, undressing, even one of those. We got a yellow coming up. Well, we know there's nothing else. That's loud. But we know there's nothing else on the route because it's a route done by me. So we should be fine. We just don't really want to do the speeding thing. I don't think this is that hilly of a route. So we shouldn't really... Oh, no, brake's the other one. We shouldn't really be affected by hilliness, but we may get affected by speed restrictions. And I can't remember how long this route is either. Is this the long one? I don't know. Looks slightly odd in this setting. Not going to lie. It's like, okay, we got HST in the middle of the desert. Shouldn't really be out here. Yeah, I had the discussion on last night's stream about bringing passenger trains onto freight routes, because I've avoided the freight routes when I've been going through these. Thought, well, actually, jumped on this morning and thought, well, can you? Is it just going to be a case of go from end to end? But no, we actually have got to stop. There's going to be no passengers, but we have actually got to stop in, well, 21 miles time. I don't know if it says what time we're actually due. No. And it's slightly downhill as well. So at the moment we're just idling. Oh, 20 miles. We're actually getting closer. Yeah, poor passengers are going to be really confused, aren't they? Or freight people loading freight on the train were really confused. Where are we supposed to stick the freight? There seems to be chairs and tables and things on here. Why are we putting freight on a table and in a chair? A little bit more of the brakings. Oh crap, we got a 25 mile an hour limit coming up. Okay, with a lot of the brakings then. Why a 25? That seems quite low as limits go. GWR has upgraded into the desert. Indeed, we're moving. I just thought, so after the discussion last night, I thought, well, why not try a passenger train on a freight route? So we'll slow this thing down to the 25. I really fancy doing the Class 150 on this, just to see how that, it's going to look odd, isn't it? Okay, and as always, I did the slowy downy brakey thing a bit too early. It just looks a bit completely out of place. We seem to have a HST here in the desert. Where's that appeared from somewhere? These did go to, is it Australia or New Zealand? The HSTs ended up. I think it might have been Australia. Alright, so only 1,700 feet from the 25 limit. And a yellow. We're the only train on the whole line. Why have we got a yellow? Unless it's because of the points. Is it going to really confuse us now by giving us a red or something? Oh no. Okay, 25 mile an hour limit. Okay. Why? Why is it only at 25? So this would be a passing point where I suppose we would wait for traffic to come the other way, or traffic would split off and go another way. Must be a heritage route. Yeah, what, because of the speed limit? Okay, didn't expect to go, and we're going down there now as well. Okay, we'll go down there then. That's obviously why we've got the reduced limit. I think it's because of this bend. And we are literally just coasting. Is this the one where we had the issue with the not being able to get the thing up the hill? Was that Cane Creek? I think it might have been. Was this the one where I just stopped and couldn't progress any further with the hot dog salesman? I can't remember. There have been so many incidents. Right, there's no sign of the speed limit increasing. We're still 20 miles away from where our first stop is, the first of 3 stops on this route. So we're going to stop. There's going to be no passengers, but we are classed as a passenger service. I said I think it'd be quite amusing to bring like the Class 150 back the other way. There we go. Twitch just hated me for a second there. We do apologise for the break in transmission. Twitch was like, nope. Oh crap, I'm speeding now as well. Oh come on, wait. Surely it's not going to make us do 25 all the way. We have been up this line. I'm sure this is the one with the hill where we got stuck. I still don't understand why we haven't increased. Did we not make it? Did we not make it to the other end? I can't remember now. At the moment, this is going to take the same amount of time as a freight train would, because we are somewhat limited. We haven't even got a thing up to say the speed limit's going to increase in a certain amount of distance. We're just holding it at 25-ish. Or is this the one where I... No, there was one, wasn't it, where we got so far and I just gunned it. There have been so many incidents along the way, so many failures, I think is the word. But not really making the use of the power from the HST, is it? At 25 miles an hour. It's actually quite a long gradient down. I think if we make the return trip in the 150, 1.2, it should be fine. Famous last words and all that. Please stop at the next signal, report your position. But if there is a next signal, I think the next signal is going to be in 18 miles at this rate. There ain't a lot going on out here. See, this is quite suited to a faster speed. Hi, Richard. It's definitely quite suited to a faster speed. But it's like, there's not, no, we're going to 25. 25 is quite fast enough. We're not going to be doing, we can't risk any of the incidents and accidents. And it's only the first stop we're doing. So the first one's 18 miles away. Then we've got 7 Mile West, then MK Main, then Potash. I was expecting to do a 4-line run in a couple of different trains. But at this rate... Come on, game. You've got to give us a faster limit than this. You just got to. There's got to be a way. Still looks slightly out of place, doesn't it? Are they on the same gauge as us, America Land, or are they on a different gauge? Because it looks okay. Or is Train Sims all set on the same gauge, just to make it easier? I don't know these things. I should imagine Train Sim's on the same gauge, isn't it? Imagine the frustration of a driver on this. Like, yep, there's a perfectly dead bit of dead. No, there's hopefully not perfectly dead. There's a perfectly straight, dead straight. That's the combination I was trying to go for. Dead straight, perfectly dead straight piece of track in front of you, but you can only do 25 miles an hour. In case some wild flamingo runs across the track, because they're known for doing that. The wild flamingos. They'll stop a train, get a little gun out. Welcome to chugging through Cane Creek slowly. This is the one. I think this is the one with the hot dog salesman where we got stuck on the hill. Because I think we ended up stopping and then I couldn't get the thing going again. Which, again, based on the previous stream in this, where, well, it may have been me slightly having it in reverse as well, but there was an incident there where we were unable to get moving. But I have gone for a loaded version again, so it's going to be heavy. What if train drivers, having never driven a train, notice the weight? You know, if you've got a 9-car set and it's empty, compared to a 9-car set when it's full of passengers and there's passengers standing, I wonder if you will actually notice it in the amount of sort of beans you've got to feed it, or whether it's just got that much power that you're just going to just go and you don't really pay any attention to what's on board. Obviously with freight you would, because you're talking a lot of weight, but with passengers, 9-car set's going to be quite heavy anyway. Is the weight of the passengers going to make that much of a difference? Unless it's, you know, Fat Fighters national outing or something. At this rate, it does look like we're just going to be doing 25 miles an hour for the next 16 miles. Which I didn't expect. And hopefully it's not 25 miles an hour for the whole route. Not helped by the fact we got a slight downhill grade. So keeping under that 25, it's not difficult, just giving it a little tickle of brakes. It does just seem really odd why there's this low limit all this way. It's been what, 3 miles so far? See, if this was a connected, you can't, can you? Hang on, I'm just going to try a thing. No, damn it. So if this was connected to the carriages, I could probably just set this thing going and just got out and sat in the back. Not exactly safe. Come on, just give me an increased speed limit. That's all I ask. I don't ask for much. Even 40 would be nice. I wouldn't mind 40. 40 is quite a good speed. It's not fast, it's not slow. Slow? Slow. So we've still got 15 miles to go till our first stop. So it's like America. It is Cane Creek in a HST at a very slow speed. I got excited when I saw that we had an 89 limit before we came off onto this track. I thought, right, we're actually going to make some good progress on this. No. I'm sure this is the one where we got stuck on the hill last time, where we stopped and then, or so why slow? Because you stupid Americans. We either stopped and then tried to get going again, or I think it was getting slower and someone suggested just stop and start off again, and I couldn't get going again. Yeah, we're in the fastest diesel passenger train in the world and doing 23 miles an hour because America land. It's not like there's even as much scenery to look at, is there? Some mountains and some bushes and a bit of sand. Give it the beans anyway. Well, no, I was trying to do it properly. But I just thought, okay, 20 miles to the first one, that won't take long. You know, 50, 60, 70 mile an hour, be fine. But I just didn't appreciate the fact that we would be going this slowly. I think when we do the return run, yeah, we won't go this slowly. But I'm just hoping that we get an increased amount of speed. Tonight, by the way, back with something, well, just so sedate, from the, going from the, in MSFS, going from the Cessna factory in Wichita to Amarillo, because it was close by. And we're going to play some Christmas tunes this evening. So that's tonight about 6:30. tomorrow back on the farm, and then back next Tuesday with some Train Sim Classic. Wednesday, I don't know what Wednesday's going to be yet. Haven't quite decided. Thursday probably be more farming. Friday night at the moment, some golfing with idiots, and then next Saturday more Train Sim World 3. Boy, are we going uphill now? Yeah, this is the bit with the. I'm sure this is the bit with the hot dog vendor person where we couldn't get past it. Next Friday golf, indeed. Come on, speed limit. Give me a speed limit. Oh yeah, that's getting quite hilly up there now. Well, as hilly as this scenery is going to get, I think. This is definitely quite a... that's not a problem, Hawklin. I'm sure we'll be doing it again over Christmas. It's quite a sedate trundle through Cane Creek. Well, it depends if you've got enough people to do it next Friday at the moment. Every time I do something multiplayer, there's not enough people. I think over the Christmas period, I'm going to schedule in a bit more single player stuff in the evenings. I don't understand why this is only a 25 limit. I know it's a freight route. No, it's not a glitch. That's just the speed limit, I think. I do remember when we came through here before that it wasn't rapid. But it's fine. It is a freight route. I am taking a passenger train on a freight route. I'll say, when we do the return trip, I will just ignore the speed limit and just go for it. And that'll be in the class 150, I think we use for coming back. Well, providing we actually get to the end before the end of the stream at this rate. So we've still got 13 miles to go to 7 Mile West. Then we got MK Main, then Potash Siding before we actually get to the end. This may take some time. I love the fact we got the noise of the track though. See, that's what you get when it's not continuously welded track. Which is good, but you know, and probably really good for maintenance and the smoothness of the journey, etc. for the passengers, but it just doesn't sound as good. I think they should pipe in some clickety-clack, clickety-clack. I think I've done the slowing down thing now. This is almost as cruel to these engines as when they put them on a historic route that can only do like 40 miles an hour. Like any diesel vehicle, they don't do well when they're just not under any load. Biscuits and gravy. I will try biscuits and gravy when I'm in the States next year. It is a thing. proper barbecue and biscuits and gravy. Come on, just give me a increased speed limit. That's all I ask. Oh yeah, I will find a real diner. Yeah, my route now is train from Chicago to San Fran, and then going from San Fran to LA. No, sorry, San Fran to Vegas. Vegas to Winslow, Arizona, because of the Eagles song. That's enough reason in it to go there. And because I'm a bit of a music buff, Toy and we're going down to Austin in Texas. This is definitely a slow, chuggy route, isn't it? I think if you're a passenger, oh, so nice, I'll say it twice. If you 3 times even, 4, we'll go 4. If you're a passenger on this, I should imagine it'd be quite nice, just, you know, chilled, looking out the window. You know, if this has got a buffet car on it, which it looks like it has, then you'll be able to get some food and drink, etc. From a driver's point of view, not a lot going on. This is Cane Creek. So 11 miles to 7 Mile West. There's some distances and numbers in there. Somewhere deserty. It is quite. I'm guessing it's an actual place in the America land. No, you wouldn't expect a GWR liveried HST to really be doing this route. We've had to, you know, put a substitution train in. It's like, yeah, the normal big stupid overly powered American locos broke down. What have we got? We got this English thing stuck over here. Yeah, stick that on. It'll be fine. I honestly didn't think it'd be 25 miles an hour most of the way. I did think we'd be going faster than this. Said the bishop to the choir boy. I will on the return journey. I'm going to use the Class 150 on the way back, so we know that it's going to be dead straight. We're not going to derail anywhere. But I just want to see if the speed limit does increase. It's got to, surely. And where's the passing point? Because it's single track, so there's got to be a point. But there was a point back there, wasn't there, where we entered this about 7 miles ago, and we've been single track ever since. It does look like American Truck Sim stuff. Yeah, very deserty. Although American Truck Sim is less, you know, rail based generally. We were going to be doing some trucking. I can't do the English. There was trucking planned for this evening, but we couldn't get enough truckers. So we're doing flight instead. Which will be in America land. Use my words. The words are hard. Words are difficult. was really hoping to sort of give this thing the beans as well. We've only done that when we pulled off. We did give it a few of the beans yesterday when we were in it. Right, 10 miles to 7 Mile West. You're English, you invented the language. I did, myself. Oh God, we're going downhill. Can we cope with the speed? Stick your arms up like you're on a roller coaster. Power, we can't. It's a 25-mile-an-hour limit. It's like we just... all the mightiness of the HST and we're just holding it back. It's like, no, no, we're just going to rein you in. Quite a long one. Was it a 9-car set? Bid some cars. Yeah, definitely some cars. Right, we've still got 9.8 miles to go till our first stop. I thought, right, take about 20-25 minutes, half an hour maybe, to do a full line run of this. I thought we can try 4 different trains, go up and down it, see what it's like. HST, Class 150, was then going to maybe do like something really quick, like the Shinkansen or something like that. And then maybe like an underground train, like we used yesterday. At this rate, we're only going to make one length of this in the time we've got for the stream. Well, we're doing 25 miles an hour, so in an hour we'll do 25 miles. So in 15 minutes we'll do, what, 6 miles? There's got to be an increased speed limit. It can't be 25 all the way. Unless this is just a bit where we're going to then... oh, I see buildings down there. Oh, is that the airport? There's an airport around here somewhere, isn't there? See, why isn't there a train station there? Why can't we stop at the airport? Maybe Train Sim World 17 will have multiplayer. No. I have a feeling... I got a feeling... I think we'll see multiplayer in either 4 or 5. But I can't wait for that. We'll be trying out, what's the other one with multiplayer thing in it? SimRail? Because that's got a multiplayer aspect to it that's gone into beta stage at the moment. So I'm going to be trying that out when that releases. I don't know in what sort of capacity. Because I've never played it, because I'm not 8. But over Christmas we will be doing some of the Roblox thing, which apparently the only reason I'm doing it is because there's a train thing in that's multiplayer. So we're going to give that a go. I've always said that I think multiplayer in Train Sim would be really, really good. Not on a line like this, obviously, because if you're the train sat the other end at the red, you've got a long wait, haven't you? You'll just be sat there going, well, come on then. But I think on normal passenger runs, I think multiplayer would work well, providing, you know, you had certain things in place to stop the trolls that maybe you could toggle on or off to go, right, if you ran a red, your train would just go into ghost mode. So you couldn't do the whole, you know, colliding into each other thing, because all the trolls would do that. But I think from a multiplayer point of view, that would work really well. I think then having some sort of train company, like we've got in OMSI with the bus company, I think having that would be brilliant. So you buy a line, you buy trains, you then drive the trains on the line. The more passengers pick up, the more money you make for the company. Use that money to buy more lines and buy more trains. I think that would be brilliant. I think even something like that, actually, without the multiplayer aspect, would be really good. Having some sort of virtual train company thing that works with Train Sim World, so that we could set up a Sims and Stuff train company, like we do with the bus company. So although you don't see each other on the map in OMSI, you're still driving for the bus company and benefiting the bus company. I think that would be good, and I don't think that would take a lot to implement. You just got to introduce a monetary aspect. Yeah, so here's the airport thing up here. See, perfectly dead straight track. You just really want to give it the beans. I am going to stick to the speed limit all the way there. Coming back, not so much. I'll say I think it'll be the 150 coming back, because that's just going to look ridiculous on this line. Tried the new route yesterday, the what was it, Bremen to Oldsburg thing. So disappointed with it. I actually did something that I don't normally do. A, it wasn't going on YouTube. B, I deleted the VOD. It was just, I love Dovetail. I'm really proud to be an ambassador for Dovetail, but if they can't even sort the audio levels out when doing the training thing, it doesn't really say a lot for the quality of the route. And the route was just boring as well. That didn't help. So not one I'm going to be rushing back. And I know you're saying, and this isn't, but you know, this is designed for freight. It's a whole different kettle full of fish. Yeah, it just wasn't a good route. And I don't like moaning as much as I did last night about it. And I just went into full ranty mode. And I thought, well, the best thing to do is just delete the VOD. You know, I'll give constructive feedback, but I was expecting a really good route to, you know, to normal high quality. It didn't happen. So I thought the safest thing to do is just delete it. If you like Train Sim though, over Christmas, so the 27th of December, which is a bank holiday here in the UK, the day after Boxing Day, I will be doing my annual long Train Sim trip, where this year it's going to be London to Edinburgh in a pacer, not stopping at every stop. When we did the south journey, Edinburgh to London in a pacer, stopping at every single station, I think that took about 7.5 hours. So it won't quite be that, but it's going to be up there. So that's going to be the 27th. It will be an early start, that one though. I think I'm planning on starting about 8 AM. So that will be an early one, but because it's going to go on for 7 hours, I'll be here till like 3 in the afternoon. And we'll be doing obviously Train Sim World 3 next Saturday, and Christmas Eve as well. We'll be here at lunchtime, which is a Saturday, doing some more. And we'll be here Christmas Day and Boxing Day, doing something as well. Don't know what yet. Probably some farming Christmas Day night, because that's a Sunday. Well, we've still got 6.6 miles to go. I think if this was like 50 mile an hour, I think it would have made all the difference. But some of these bends are a little bit tight, so I can sort of see it. Good entertainment? What? No. No, no. It's quite twisty, this route, as well. Hi, Michael. Oh, yeah, it is afternoon now, isn't it? Time flies when fun is being turned into a rabbit. And all that. Oh, God, lots of speeding. Slowing down. It's morning. No, it's definitely afternoon. Well, maybe this isn't the one then where I got stuck on the hill. That airport we went past seems familiar. Or was it up here? Because we detached, didn't we? We got stuck. And then the only way we could work out on how to go forward was to detach the carriages we were pulling. And then we sped towards the town and derailed. So I don't actually think we made it as far as the first stop, potentially. So we'll see how uphill it gets. Still doing the downhill thing currently. So yeah, back tonight with some flight in MSFS going from Wichita down to Amarillo in the 172. Nice and chilled couple of hours. We're going to play some music, including some Christmas songs. Try and get us into the Christmas spirit. So that'll be about 6:30 tonight. And then back tomorrow lunchtime on the farm. Probably finishing off the field that I started on Thursday night. And then normal schedule next week. And then starting the Monday after, Christmas streaming schedule. Where I'll be here twice a day from the 19th all the way through till the 1st of January. So the plan is at the moment anyway to do something single player lunchtime, and then in the evening something multiplayer. However, if there's not enough people around in the evening to do multiplayer, then it'll be something single player again. Here we are, whipping along at a massive 25 miles an hour. When West Coast Main Line South comes to Trainsim World, you'll buy it. I don't think we'll get big routes. That's the problem. I think they're just going to stick to, you know, that magic like hour. I was disappointed initially when we got Great Western Express. For someone that lives on the Great Western Main Line, I thought, brilliant, Great Western Express. I can go from, London to Bristol at least. Excellent, thanks very much. No, Reading. It wouldn't have been so bad if they would have said, right, here's Great Western Express, or here's the Great Western Main Line, Part 1. So you could then do, London to Reading, and then you could do Reading to Bristol, because that's a good interchange. So great, yeah, happy with that, not a problem. Then they'd go, okay, now you've got that, we can do Great Western Main Line Part 2, which is then going to be Bristol to Plymouth, or Bristol to Exeter. Great, brilliant, thanks very much. And if you're on PC, I don't know if it would work on console, then to have the ability to then go, oh, actually, you've got 1 and 2, how about, because you've got those, we give you one long route then. So you could then do London to Bristol. So, I think 2 hours is the real sort of sweet spot. Well, an hour is probably a sweet spot. 2 hours is probably most people's limit as far as when they fire up Train Sim. I think a 2 hour trip is probably enough. Because most people are, a couple of hours before you need a toilet break, drink, something like that. So I think if you said, okay, yep, Train Sim World, we now give you a 2-hour journey, non-stop, I think most people would be happy. And that would then also open up more scenarios, more choices of routes. But, you know, I think they're limiting it potentially to stop the overlap with Train Sim, to keep the two things separate. And I love Train Sim Classic, you know, still a huge fan. It's still, I think, the one sim that if I only had to do one, that would be it. But every time I come into this, I just appreciate how damn good it is. From the audio to obviously graphically so much better. You know, although you don't get out of the cab and wander around that much, the fact that you can is a bit of a feature. And as we said this on previous streams, you imagine if you could stitch routes together, you know, and say, that's some rock in the track. Take Reading as an example then. So you drive a train from Paddington to Reading, you get off the train. You then select that AI can take over your train. So AI takes over your train, off it goes. Next train comes in, because they'll be timetabled, that's doing the trip to Oxford. You then get in that train and take it over, drive it to Oxford. I think that, I don't think it's out of the realms of capability to do it. I think with the way that routes can be stitched together, and the way that, in, you know, any other sim manages to stitch maps together with no problem. You know, you look at ETS2, you buy a DLC for the map, it stitches it together on the points where it connects. Done. You then drive from A to B. Slightly different, I know. But why can't this do it? Why can't, on the couple of places, which I know there aren't many, where you've got a couple of routes that share a location, why can't you have the ability to then go between the two? So you go, actually, yeah, I'm going to do that, and you get a little tick box maybe. Oh, do you want to also load this map? And you go, yeah, okay. So that, you know, I think Brighton is in a couple of different routes from memory. So if you want to do London to Brighton, you do that. When you get to Brighton, you do the East Coastway. Then you come back to Brighton on the East Coastway, jump in the next train, go back to London. So even though you've only got those two routes, that can open up a lot more capabilities. And I think from a developing point of view then, again, a bit like ATS have done it with releasing, and ETS2 I suppose, releasing maps that border each other. How cool would it be for them to go, right, here's the UK, we're not going to bother with central London because it's just too much, but we've done London commuter, we're now going to do points off London commuter where you can then take other journeys. Well, your save funds, they're doing really well. I think, you know, this has helped them a lot. This going on console is a huge boost. And if it was me, you know, rather than see a new route every like 3 or 4 weeks, which I know boosts finances and people do want to see more routes, more things to do, rather than the ETS2 ATS model where it's twice a year, I would rather see something, I don't know, less often, once every 3 months, that's bigger, where you could have things like that. I don't know, it's just my thoughts. You know, for an open world game, sim, sorry, getting it more open world, I don't think could be that difficult. Say, you can stitch routes together in Train Sim with no problem. You've only got to do it at the points where you've got the same asset. So, you know, mentioning Brighton, you've only got it because it's the same Brighton station in East Coastway and London commuter. So you've just got to go, oh, instead of that line being blocked down there then for the East Coast Way, because you've got the East Coast Way, we'll open it up for you now. So you have an option of doing of loading certain maps, and off you go. Even if it wasn't with AI, so even if it's a case of you just spawn in various trains, or you could then take your train from London to Brighton, switch some points, and then go off down the East Coast Way. I think just from an exploration point of view, that would be quite cool. Yeah, there are limitations with consoles. Well, then make it do that for PC players. Console peasants can stick to just the standard tracks. Right, we've only got 2.4 miles to go now to our stoppy place, which has only taken an hour to get to the first 21 miles in an hour. At this rate, we're not even going to do one length of this whole route. You know, I first started playing Train Sim when Microsoft Train Sim was around. If someone would have told me that I could have something with this amount of graphical capability, with this amount of audio, with this many routes, with this many trains, I'd be like going, that's never going to happen. But, you know, who knows what the future's going to hold. Personally, you know, Microsoft, the no budget, all resourced behemoth that they am, blew everything else out of the water when they went, oh, by the way, we're doing Microsoft Flight Simulator. Can you imagine what would happen if Microsoft went, it's quite a big market for Train Sim, we're going to do Microsoft Train Simulator? I don't think anybody else would stand a chance, because they could just throw money at it, and knowing that the whole community would go, yeah, we'll have that, thanks. Anyway, we slowed down. We've got to stop now. Our stopping point is up here. Slightly uphill. So again, try not to speed. Microsoft might do the whole America coast to coast. Look what Microsoft have done with the world in Flight Sim. I'm sure, and I get that, Snap Attack, but could you imagine if Microsoft redid Train Sim? Because that, I think, would then be a case of, yeah, there you go. You can drive any train you like, or any of these licensed trains you've got, which is quite a lot, on any route you like. Off you go. Oh, by the way, if you want more detailed major stations around the world, here's some DLCs. So buy those if you want those. If not, there you go. Yeah, SCS is another bone of contention, isn't it? Awesome company, love ETS2 and ATS. I don't think they'd ever do this. I'm quite surprised that SCS, although they have talked about it recently, never did anything with their European coach simulator. TML launched Fernbus early because they were scared of the rumours going around at the time that SCS were doing their European coach sim. So TML released Fernbus early, which was an absolute nightmare. As someone that was playing it from the very release and was a beta tester for TML, it was like, holy crap. So SCS ever release their European coach simulator, that'll be the end of TML. I think SCS have got a goldmine with their game engine and the maps, and being it's only a small team, I think they're quite limited. But I think if SCS went, okay, here's the maps, exactly the same as it was before, you can now drive a coach and pick passengers up. It's going to be a separate game. If you've already got the maps for ETS2 and ATS, they'll work. But there you go, there's a new game. Everyone that's got ETS2 and ATS will buy it. Oh, by the way, it's got multiplayer as well. Yep, thanks so much for that. If then they went, okay, we've got this ETS2 thing, truck simulator. What if they went down the truck and logistics route and said, okay, same map, same idea, but you want to start a small cargo company? We can now have European van simulator. So you buy a van and you progress up buying various vans and trucks, maybe up to a 7.5 tonner. Same map. They could do so much with the assets they've got. Yeah, multi-drop jobs is good. Obviously, we've just had the finally announcement about the dedicated server. So you can have a dedicated server online. I really wished at the same time they'd have introduced their own virtual trucking company, because I would have set one of those up instantly, and I would then be doing more trucking to try and engage with the community and have people do trucking. I'm sure that will come. They have said it will come. Right, so we're approaching, after an hour, our first stop. With HST sounding awesome. Yeah, it is their own custom engine, which is good, and it, at times it doesn't look like it's a 10-year-old engine that they've just been keeping on developing. I just don't know what the benefits would be for them to switch. Say Fernbus was in Unreal. No, Fernbus was in another game engine before it released, and then they switched before release, and they've never really come back from that. So someone was that was a huge fanboy of TML. I just think they took completely the wrong path, which is a shame. Okay, well, we arrived at the first stopping point. Actually, that's quite nice, that. There you go. Clowny. Right, we're 6.8 miles from the second stopping point then. Still with a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. It's definitely a heavy train. Right, onwards towards that speed thing. And there we go, 25 miles an hour. It can't be 25 all the way, sure. Oh, hang on, crap, we got 15 mile an hour. Just when we thought we were going to get an increased speed. No. We'll slow you down to 15 miles an hour. I'm guessing there's going to be some reasoning for that. Sharp bend? Really sharp bend, maybe? I can't see anything. Could be a bridge. Do something nice to take a picture of. Yeah, it does look a bit odd. I honestly didn't think it'd take this long to do a full length, because we have been doing 25 miles an hour. But say the return leg, I want to bring the 150 on here, provided we actually get to the end going this way. At least we know we can go a bit quicker in the 150. Right, what is this thing? I've driven 100 miles in a Class 43. What I'm intrigued now to see what it is that's slowing us down. Find out in 2,000 feet. A paper mache bridge. And this is just an extremely tight corner. Oh god, we're slowing down even more. Oh, more power. It could be points. Hopefully, if we're changing tracks, it's onto a bloody quicker one. Feet to go. What's it going to be? Could just be this bend. It doesn't look overly bendy. It's going to take you literally at this rate. We are not going to get to the end of this track, are we? In the stream, it's like what? Which is good, you know. So far, it's taken us an hour and 10 minutes to do what, 23 miles. Oh, the new film, Bullet Train. Level crossing. Is that it? It's because it's a ungated level crossing. I'm watching my first Christmas film tomorrow, Scrooged. And I've got the whole of the Santa Claus series to watch. Well, the last one's out next week, so I'm going to start watching those. Yeah, 15 mile an hour limit because of the level crossing. Sure to watch Die Hard. I probably won't this year, if I'm honest. Yeah, going back to a 20. We've still got 5.3 miles to go to MK, and then Potash long siding. Yeah, look, we left at 12 o'clock. We arrived at the first location at 13:07. An hour and 7 minutes to get to the first location. Oh god, I'm doing a speeding thing. Blimey, it's a bit tight through here. So yeah, tonight back with some flight in MSFS. We're flying from Wichita down to Amarillo in the 172. Also going to be playing some music, so some Christmas tunes this evening. And then tomorrow afternoon back on the farm. Finish off the field that started on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
There's some letters and some numbers. Vijansky. We'll go with that. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the madness. And so yeah, we'll be here all over Christmas as well. From a week Monday, we'll be here twice a day. From the 19th. Apart from Christmas Day and Boxing Day, which I would be here twice, but no one will be around. So that's just going to be in the evenings. But something single player at lunchtime is the plan. And then something multiplayer, subject to people being around, in the evenings. Your wife makes you watch Love Actually on Christmas Eve. Nice. Yeah, so Christmas Eve I think is going to be... That's a Friday, isn't it? So it might be... Well, it'll be... No, Christmas Eve is Saturday. We had this discussion earlier, didn't we? I can't remember. Maybe something. I've got a rough plan. So there was going to be something multiplayer every evening, but because of the lack of people that we've got that are able to do multiplayer, I think I'll pencil in the single player stuff in the evenings. Right, so we should now get an increased speed up to 20. Whoop. Once the whole of the train passes through. There we go. A whopping 20 miles an hour now. 4.3 miles to go to MK Main. And then hopefully it's not too much further to the final place. Yes, it's probably slow through here because of, you know, falling rocks and stuff, but there's not a lot you can do about it, is there? If they're that bad, I'd want a grill on the windscreen, which I suppose, yeah, this train isn't designed to come through here. So next time I do a freight route in a passenger train, I need to make sure that it's got a higher speed. If it's been a UK freight route, we've been doing like 55, 60 around here. Wow, that's a hell of a dip in that road down there, isn't it? Blimey. I'll be driving down there. And then it just seems to end, or the graphics aren't loaded in, one of the two. It does look like we're only going to get a 20 limit now. All the way to the end. I'll pick many passengers up. None. But say, let me put stops in. So I was thinking, okay, there might actually be a passenger halt, but because it's not designed to be a passenger route, there aren't any modelled. So it's just a case of, okay, yep, stop here. Say we've got to come back up this, so all this point where it's been downhill, we've got to come back up. I'm going to say in a class 150 could be interesting. And 3.5 miles to go. I honestly thought it would take about 20 minutes, half an hour to do a full line run in this. I thought, right, we'll do this, we'll do the 150 on the way back, maybe do like the Shinkansen or something like that, or something really out off the rails, and then do like the London Underground train. But we've been going an hour and 20 minutes, we haven't even got to the end once yet. Wow, look at the tilt on that road down there now. You're getting bored of watching this stream. It's not my fault. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I say, coming back, we won't go nuts with speed, but I think like twice the speed. I think 50 is probably going to be a good speed to go at. I just don't know what the distance is now between MK Main and the Potash sidings. I'm pretty sure I have done a class 37 in Train Sim Classic. I don't know what I'm doing on Tuesday, because I think I've got myself to a point in Train Sim on my route to get to Glasgow where I'm stuck. I'm back at Didcot. I think my only way of getting out of Didcot, I found one that takes me to Oxford, but I can only go from Oxford back to Reading. And then it's like, okay, from Reading it's me back to Paddington. From Paddington then it might have to be back to Bristol, and then from Bristol up to Birmingham. So I might just abandon the whole trying to get to Glasgow thing and just pick some routes each week. Why is it only 20 now? What's the difference between this bit of the route and the bit we were on, apart from the fact it's a little bit bendier? Yeah, but if a rock's going to come down, you know, and if it's that big, it'll kill you at 20 as well as kill you at 25, won't it? It's like, this seems like a perfectly, okay, a little bit of a bend down there, but perfectly reasonable bit of straight-ish track. Stopping distance could be, I suppose, yeah, that could be a factor. That if you see something in the distance, then it will stop the train. Why hasn't train got like collision avoidance? Little radar at the front. We haven't got some sort of matrix going over the train tracks. What train is this? HST. Go Birmingham to Darlington and Edinburgh onto Glasgow. Yeah, the problem is it's getting from Didcot. I'm back at Didcot. I can get to Oxford, then where? That's my conundrum. Right, 2 miles to go, and then we'll see where it's going to take me then. Yeah, on the return journey, or providing we actually get to the end in time to do the return journey, then I think it definitely will be the 150 a little bit quicker. Yeah, I think the speed limit is because obviously when we were out in the open before, when we were doing a whopping 25 miles an hour, we didn't have the issue of falling rocks. Back down to 15. I'm hoping that that's going to be the entrance to the sidings, because I think it might stop us before we get to the sidings, and that might be the entrance then as we slow down to do the final stop. Could be. This is definitely not stretching the legs of the HST, is it, on this route? Especially because at the beginning we got up to like 80 mile an hour. And I was thinking, oh great, you know, fantastic. This is going to be quite a nice quick route. And then we came off onto this track and slowed down to 25. So I think 50 is probably going to be a good speed on the return leg. We know it's going to be half the time. Yeah, fine for the passengers in there. Nice, nice view. Didcot to Oxford, Oxford to Paddington, takes us back to Paddington again, Paddington to Birmingham New Street. Is there a route that goes from Paddington to Birmingham? I don't think Birmingham came out of Paddington. That's the problem. Yeah, for those wondering, we're trying something in Train Sim World. No, in Train Sim Classic on a Tuesday, where we started in Penzance and trying to get to Glasgow without skipping any bits. So we did, in the first week, we did Penzance to Plymouth, then we did Plymouth to Weston-super-Mare, Weston-super-Mare to Didcot, then did Didcot into Paddington, back to Didcot. Excuse me. And now I've got to get from Didcot to somewhere where I can get up to Glasgow. And I found a route that gets me from Didcot to Oxford, which is 20 minutes. That's fine. It's then what to do from Oxford. I think could go back to Paddington, but I guess do back to Paddington. My only thought then was to have to go back to Bristol, which just seems a bit ridiculous, to then go up from Bristol to Birmingham, where I know I can get to New Street. Oh wow, this does look good through here though. I don't think you would want to be going very fast through here, would you? Okay, so we've got to stop before we get the reduced speed limit. So that's good. We're 3,900 feet before we got to do the stopping thing. I just hope the sidings aren't that far away. That's fine, because just after the stop then we got like 15, so it should just be a crawl after that. Yeah, that's where I got the Didcot to Oxford one from, Michael, but now I'm stuck in Oxford. I think with a bit of research I could probably get something. I know I can get back to Reading from Oxford. Then I could do Reading to Bristol, Bristol to Birmingham, but just the fact that we've been up and down it's fine, I don't mind, just I don't care where I do the streams from, but with the eventual aim of trying to get up country, we got to, you know, get up country. And it would be nice to do it without any gaps. We struggled on the way down when we did it a couple of years ago, where we did Dundee to Penzance over a number of weeks. There were gaps and we struggled. So it'd be nice not to have gaps. Oh, one thing we can do while we're about to slow down, Alexa, how many sleeps till Christmas?
It's 15 sleeps until Christmas. My friend Santa has an update for you.
Ho, ho, ho. It's rather cold in the North Pole at the moment. Is it cold where you live?
Yes.
Oh, that's excellent. Come back tomorrow
No,
for another Christmas update.
Try saying, play, in the North Pole by Santa.
No. Not doing that. What do you mean it's excellent, it's cold? It's bloody freezing. It's 0 here. Just got to 0. -3 when I got up this morning. I ordered myself a blanket thing off of Amazon earlier that's thankfully good old Amazon being delivered today. Right. So this is the stoppy point. Right, 6 miles then. Blimey. Naught is 32 in Fahrenheit. I think so. We'll train fit in tunnel. It'll be fine. That's not that cold. What? Naught isn't 0. -3. When the temperature's in a minus, that means it's bloody cold. That's not that cold. I had to do the scrapey thing on the car this morning before I went out. There's a tunnel. Oh, that's speeding. Of course, yeah, 15, isn't it? In the oh yeah, that's dark. That's definitely dark. I cannot see anything. I do not have the ability to see. It's gone quite dark. Well, it's easy to model this bit, I suppose, isn't it? It's just like, if we just turn the screen black for a period of time. How long is this tunnel? Can't see a flipping thing. It's not like you can just, there's something there. It's just like, nope, nothing. Power outage. Right, well, at least the speed limit's come back up to a massive 25 again. Not like it's... Oh, hang on. No, I literally can see a light at the end of the tunnel. Just. And we got to make the return run yet in a Class 150. We will be going quicker. I'm not doing 25 miles an hour all the way back. Don't look at the light. Ah, I can see the light. It's getting closer, which is handy, really. If it's getting further away, I'd be concerned. Doesn't seem to be getting closer very quickly, but it's getting closer. That's been like a mile in that tunnel. That's a long tunnel. Don't go into the light. Yeah, that's definitely a long old tunnel. That's single track as well. Hurrah! We made it! Woo! It definitely looks slightly out of place, this thing, doesn't it? It's like, should this really be here? This is why I want a pacer in Train Sim World 3, 4, whatever the hell it's going to be. That would be really good. He was looking at the white cursor. So is that the end of the tunnel? Is that what? Can I see the light? So I'm getting closer to the screen, going, is that? Can I see the? Is there a light back there? Or is it getting brighter? I can't see. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I cannot see it. Oh God, we're doing the speeding thing now. Yeah, they wouldn't overheat. They'll have fans. Also, they ran versions of these in Australia. HST. Right, 3.7 miles to go. So that's going to take us, what, about an hour and 40 minutes just to do one run. And then we've got to switch trains and turn around and come back again. So the return trip will probably be a lot quicker. Did I spend loads of money this morning? Not really. Even less next week because I've got to get stuff for lunches for work. But we need to get stuff for Christmas. Not that I'll be eating any different. That's quite rivery. Well, I said, someone said that my local Domino's pizza place is open on Christmas Day. So I'll be streaming about 6 PM. So if I can order a pizza about 4:30, then I'll be good. What's with the silly paper crowns you lot wear on Christmas? They come in the Christmas crackers. All Christmas crackers contain a paper hat. So everyone puts on the paper hat when you have your Christmas dinner, and you'll sit there with it on throughout the course of Christmas dinner. They come with a gift, a hat, and a joke, generally. That's just the things you get in a Christmas cracker. And you always get the teenager in the family that goes, "I'm putting that on." Oh, the jokes. The jokes are as bad as the ones you get on the back of a Penguin chocolate bar. They're really Christmas cracker jokes. Depending on the quality of your cracker, you know, you can spend a lot of money on Christmas crackers, you know, hundreds of pounds on a box of Christmas crackers, where you'll get some really nice gifts in them. Normally it'd be some sort of little puzzle, or you'll get a comb or a pair of tweezers or something like that. So I've still got a box of crackers here from 3 years ago, unopened. Some people will go and buy them after Christmas, ready for the next year. Yeah, I got so many sets of bloody nail clipper things. Right, 3.8 miles to go. Should you buy Jammy Dodgers? Absolutely. I had a whole pack of Jammy Dodgers the other day with a cup of tea. Could you only get like 10 or 12? That does look quite good as well, doesn't it? HST, $18 for a pack of bloody Jammy Dodgers. Jesus Christ. Yeah, over here, 2 packs of 12 for £1.25. I'm doing a Iceland shop for next weekend for stuff to see me through. I did buy some biscuits this morning, ginger nuts, and what was it? Oh, some custard creams. I think it's because I'm streaming over Christmas, it's going to stop me eating, and that's probably a good thing. So I won't have much time to sort of pig out on food, because I'll have a couple of hours in the morning, then I'll stream for a couple of hours, and I get a couple of hours in the afternoon where I don't generally eat after lunchtime streams, because I'll have something to eat before the evening stream. So about 5 o'clock I'm eating. So it means I won't be pigging out on food. And then after the evening stream, I don't eat then because it's too late. That's awesome. That's really good, Nico. Excellent. I should start making plans. Depending on what time you get, if you are still coming down here, what time you get here on the Friday, could do something during the, well, evening, I should imagine it will be. Show you the sights of Swindon. Right, so 3 miles to Potash Long Siding. I'm determined to get this thing to the bloody end.
Oh, yeah.
2 for 50. Thanks very much for the follow. So if you are new to the streams, Train Sim World 3, something I stream every Saturday lunchtime. We're currently going through all the routes alphabetically. And as you can see, taking the wrong train on it in this instance. just looks so weird. It does, doesn't it? Like, wait to see what I come back in. We discussed it on last night's stream, and I just thought, yeah, I've never really done a passenger train on a freight route, so I wondered how it would be. Apart from the slow speed limit, which we will ignore on the return leg, it's just odd. Well, last night what did we do? We had the 1938 tube stock on the new Bremen to Augsburg route. That route, by the way, so bad that I've deleted the VOD. That's excellent, Nico. I did some digging on hotels and stuff. I'll post something in the room later on. And yeah, if you're watching watching and into Train Sim, don't forget on the 27th of this month, so the day after Boxing Day if you're in the UK, I'm going to be doing my annual long trip in a Pacer. First year we did it, I did Paddington to Penzance in a Pacer, stopping at every single stop. 57 stops that was, I think, on the first one. Second year we did Edinburgh to London in a Pacer, stopping at every single stop. Last year we did Penzance to Paddington, not stopping at every stop. This year we're doing London to Edinburgh, so going up country, not stopping every stop. So I reckon about 7 hours that's going to be. So streaming that on the 27th, starting at around 8 AM, because it's going to take a while. Yeah, this is Cane Creek in America Land, where it does look slightly out of place. Slightly. And we've still got to make the return journey yet. At least we're on a flat bit now. It's on an American road trip. Yeah, world tour. Yeah, on the return leg I'm going to use the Class 150, where it will be going quicker. Right, 9,000 feet to where we stop. I think this you could almost see doing this route, couldn't you? Because you could go, okay, taking people on a bit of a sightseeing trip. So, you know, it's got a buffet car in there, you've got toilets. So, you know, sit and have a meal, look out the windows, look at the world go by, you know, scenery quite stunning. You could actually go, yeah, okay, yeah, I can actually see that. So, not bad for taking a passenger train on a freight route. Be quite slow going. I don't know if I'll rush to do it again. But that's been quite nice using the HST for a couple of streams in a row, because it is pretty epic. Shame we didn't really get to hear it at full chat. Oh, that noise is epic. Right, so over there is where we got to stop. 2,000 feet, we got a 10-mile-an-hour limit. Really? Train sounds like it's in pain. Yeah, the return leg is going to be quicker. I will be ignoring speed limit. Not by a huge amount. I'm not going to do like 80 and 90. I think it's sort of 50 to 60. It's in pain hauling fat Americans. Yes, probably. Okay, so we've got a 10-mile-an-hour limit coming up. Which will slightly exceed as the end is in sight. Yeah, it definitely looks a little bit out of place. God, speed's now in red. It's like you are severely speeding. Slow down. Cannot be doing the speeding that much. Like, you've listened to me. I was really looking forward to doing some trucking tonight. As I was really looking forward to doing some Forza last night. And unfortunately we don't have enough people. So we're doing Flight tonight instead. Which is fine, we can still play some music. It's quite chilled. Take off, put the autopilot on, sit back. Bovril. I bought some cup of soups. Other cup of soups are available. Start taking those into work for me. Well, next week. Although I'm out for lunch on Wednesday and Thursday next week. Friday I won't be doing much at all, so I've only got really Monday and Tuesday. Isn't that just gravy? No. I did have a family member that used to just do a OXO, would put an OXO cube in a cup, make that and drink that. So I always remember going swimming to the old swimming baths here when I were a lad. And on the way out would get a cup of Bovril. Okay, have we come in on the, how have we come in on the wrong track? Why hasn't it? Why didn't it bring us in on the correct track? Hi, Doug. Hey, Doug. Yeah, Bovril. Such a warming. Such a warming thing. What is it? Put that in Google. Okay, well, as it's brought us in on the wrong track. Bovril is a trademark name, a thick and salty meat extract paste similar to a yeast extract. Developed in the 1870s by John Lawson Johnson, it is sold in a distinctive bulbous jar and as cubes and granules. Bovril is owned and distributed by Unilever. Well, I could, I suppose, by going up there and then coming back down again. But what we'll do is we'll just walk to it. Now, just go across the crossing properly. I'll get run over, do we? Yay! Made it! I don't know why it didn't bring us in on this line. But, okay. Right then. Let's go back to the main menu. After an hour and 53 minutes of trundling down it in that direction, let's do it again. Right, Cane Creek, create new. We're going to go 15. I haven't got bloody 0 on that keyboard, have I? 150. There we go. And we're going to go add new service. So we're going to start at Potash Long Siding 1. And we're going to go... Oh, yeah, we can't go to... Hang on. Long Siding 2, then. Thompson. Okay, there we go. Thompson Spring Lines Main. That's the start. And we'll stop at MK and 7 Mile. Confirm. Confirm. And we're going to take this time... the Class 150. And we'll go 4 loaded. And we'll call it a 150. Passenger controlled, yes. Confirm. Save. 150. Play. Right, we're going to go the other way then. But we're going to ignore the speed limit this time. Okay. Open the window so we can get a bit of diseasely noise in here. Unlocked. Reverser into forward. Yeah, that looks totally out of place, doesn't it? We've also got some red lights. We're going to Penzance, apparently. That might take a while. Tail lights off. Yep, we're all good. Right then. Oh, that's much smokiness. Oh, it's not liking that. Right. Tell you what. Let's just go, excuse the phrase, balls out. If you can, you know, go for it. If it's cold out there, don't do it. Let's see how far we get then. Right, so that is flat out. Does it work with head tracking? Yeah. I don't generally use Track IR in this. I've got it obviously connected and works absolutely fine. I use it in Train Sim. I don't know why I don't use it in Train Sim World 3, oddly. But yeah, it works absolutely fine. It's because I've gone fully loaded, isn't it? So it's going to be heavy again. Oh, no, there we go. No, we've changed up. We should get a burst of speed now. This is only going to end well. Why have I got a feeling this isn't going to end well? Okay, so how long? Yeah, how long before? Oh my God! How long before we derail? Well, we got to stop in 4 miles, which we will do. I really want to do some more construction sim. I think that's still broken. Bit of brakes. No, no, it's fine. Oh. Yeah, in multiplayer. Well, I haven't been on it for a while, but last time we tried it, it was a shame actually, because I really wanted to complete that. Might just carry on in single player. Okay, is this doing all right? 75 miles an hour. Right, see how long it takes to get back to the other end. Was it an hour and 52 minutes, or it was, to get from one end to the other? Well, yeah, as I said earlier, we seem to be a bit of an issue the last few weeks with not having people available to do multiplayer stuff. So, as much as I want to do multiplayer stuff every evening over Christmas, I don't think there's going to be availability of people. So, I'm going to pencil in alternate games where it could be multiplayer, it could be single player. But I will still be here every lunchtime and evening over Christmas. Right, so we're going slightly uphill. So that should reduce our speed a little bit. 2.7 miles. Oh my God. 2.7 miles to our first stop. It's doing all right though. Passengers probably aren't impressed, but it's doing all right. Bloody hell. That's a bend. That is definitely a bend. Oh God, I'm going the other way. Hold on tight, people. Holy moly. I'd be very impressed if we actually make it. If we make it all the way. What's the worst that can happen? Train plows into a rock face is the worst that can happen. You know what okay. Oh no, oh, is that long tunnel? Okay, yeah, that got dark. Depending on how long it takes us to do this way, what about we fire up the something quick? Just to, to do the troll thing. and see how long it does take us to derail. I don't think it'd be very long. Bullet train. Yeah, something I can actually turn on. That's the problem. We'll see how it goes. There's keyboard shortcuts so in there, which I've never used. So we could just get the thing alive. Right, that was quicker. Oh crap, we got to stop. Hold on. Hold on, people. Yeah, brakes on fire, help. Yeah, that was absolutely fine. Right, stop at 7 Mile East, 6.3 miles. Okay. Go, 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 go. No, forward. Forward would be nice. There we go. We're off. Well, it's 6 miles, isn't it? And then we know we got 21 miles. I could do a thing. Hang on, I'm stuck on the bloody ceiling. Perfectly safe. Oh, ow. Definitely perfectly safe. Where is everyone? It's not a passenger service, is it? We're using a passenger train on a freight line. This... Oh, come on. No, don't go janky on me now. Leave every door open. Well, I got to try and come back, and what am I doing? Trying to get to the other end of the train. From up here, it would seem. Come on. I wonder if I can get to the back of the train. Ow. Ow. Hang on. I'm stuck now. Why not? That looks fine. There we go. Now we'll try and make our way back again. Yeah, if you need a wee, just go and stand at the back door. Can't get the airflow going, exactly. All that for nothing. Oh, it's cool. Oh, that's me in it. Okay. This the front? Oh yeah, it is. There we go. Oh, we're only doing 40 now. So it hasn't got quick enough yet to change up because we're going uphill. Come on. Yeah, that is it. That is flat out. Safe speed. Well, yeah, but not when we still got 20 miles to go the other end. Turn the fan on. I think that'll help. Hang on, we'll try. Oh, it's calling me down. Hey, I'll sit on the American side for you. Feels weird. I like to sit on that side of the train. This side feels normal. Right, once this great uphill gradient goes down, we should be fine. At this rate, we will only get to the other end because we got 21 miles to go after we stop at 7 Mile East. I honestly thought it'd derail. Come on, we just want this gradient to drop down a little bit. It's about 46 miles an hour it needs to get to before it changes up. Then we'll get increased power. Well, this is certainly better than going 25 miles an hour. Next stop, uncouple the rest of the train, so you only have one set. Could do. So leave the other, so we just have for a 2 car. You can't make it a single. There's no coupling point, I don't think, in between that one and that one. You can only uncouple at the front of the next one, because there isn't a driver's cab in that second car. Right, 2.9 miles to the next stop. Doesn't look like we're going to go much faster than this. Right, in through the rocky section. Come on, we just want the gradient to drop down. Hi Aidan. So 2.3 miles we stop, then start again, and then it is the 21-mile run back to the beginning. And yeah, we'll detach some of the train then for the last bit. See what happens, because it's pretty straight. I don't really want to derail. But because of this grade, this thing won't go any quicker than this. Yep, definitely going to Penzance. Absolutely, Penzance is where it's going. Slightly off the route, being it's Cane Creek. Ah, the grade's... Oh, just as we're about to start stopping then, the grade's dropping now. So we should accelerate. And then it will change up. There you go. Is the E 7 miles long? Something like that. Right, so we'll stop here where it's telling me to. And then so long as the bit after this then isn't uphill, we should be good. And we'll detach the last bits of the train. Pretty sure we can't detach this first one. Yeah, it's got the same unit number. 5221. Oh, it hasn't actually. It's got pretty good brakes though. Right, so 21 miles. Okay, let's fold the seat up. Oh, can't get. How the frig do I get out? Hang on. Thank you. Right, that was squeaky. Yeah, so that's the first unit we're in. I don't think we can detach this. No. Okay, so it's got to be this one then, isn't it? Can we? We can't even, I don't think we can detach it. No, I don't think we can. Can you do it, Captain? No, it's stuck as a set. Okay. That's fine. Ow. Right then, 21 miles then to the end. And if it's all flat, we should get a reasonable amount of speed out of it. Yeah, that's fine. We just run as a full set. Once it gets up into that next gear, oh, we're going bloody uphill again. As long as it's not too much of an uphill grade, we should be good. Oh, 1.2 again. Oh, well, hang on, might flatten out a bit up here. We need to get to like 46, 47 miles an hour, and then we'll get more speed. So we can't have it being uphill all the way. The interesting bit is going to be at the end of that straight where it goes into the right-hand bend. And then we get the little high-speed section. That's the only point where I'm concerned where we might derail. Alright, there we go. Downhill. So we should increase in speed now. And change. There we go. And we're off. See, this sort of speed's fine for this line. This bit. Don't know why I had it do it. Don't know why it had us doing 25. No, couldn't from the outside. Okay, we're going downhill now. Will this thing make it to Back to the Future speeds? Hands in the air. Maximum speed 75. Oops. No, I think that's it. Our gearing, that's about as most as we're going to do. A gentle bend, that's fine. Right, 18 miles to go. We will end when we get to the other end. Yeah, it's something different. It's not something I'd say I'd do again, is bring a passenger train on a freight route, but it's different. You know what, that's something I haven't even thought about with my America trip next year, is visiting a theme park. I've never fancied going to Disneyland because too commercial. I might have to look and see where there's a Six Flags. And Disney's expensive, yeah. Okay, okay, that's quite bendy. That's quite bendy. There's some rocks in the... Holy crap! Bloody hell! Okay, that's all right. That's a bit. Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! California. What train is this? This is a Class 150, which should be on the Penzance to St Ives route, slightly out of its comfort zone. Doing 76 miles an hour. The top speed 75, so it would actually do this. 16 miles to go. Yeah. It's done it. Or it's doing it. It's that final bit where we took that sharp turn towards where we started. That's the bit where it might struggle. This bit I'm not too concerned about. Wow. Okay. Yep. That's. Okay, it's bendy. That's definitely bendy. Whoa. Oh god. Then the other way. Okay. That's. Oh my god. That's. Yeah. Hang on, people. That was a lot of the curviness. Well, now we got a straight bit. I got points for driving significantly over the speed limit. So yeah, see, if it had been this quick on the way down, we'd have been fine, rather than 25 miles an hour all the way. Slight uphill grade now. Yeah, rather than use slow American engine stuff, they should just stick a Class 150 with some carriages behind, or some trailers behind, trucks. You know, the things that we put the things on. If in Transport Tycoon I can use the little DMU thing to haul cargo, then I'm sure we can do it in this. Shame you can't, actually. Shame you can't connect this up to a freight train, you know, a long cargo train. And then run a passenger service but also carrying some coal. That'd be quite amusing. Right, 12 miles to go. See, it's far better speed to be doing it at. Thank you. I want to sit down. It won't. Ow. Okay. Where does it put me now? Oh, back here. That's fine. I got a fire extinguisher. Okay, in the event of a fire or a bear attack, just throw the fire extinguisher at the bear. I actually thought it might have gone quicker than this, but obviously you've got to take gearing into account, haven't you? Yeah, get your camera out. Be fast. It's not that fast, is it? 77 mile an hour. Miles to go. So yeah, don't think I'll be doing this again, but something different to do, taking a passenger train on a freight run. Normal service will be resumed in Train Sim next week. And yeah, it'll be over Christmas, so Christmas Eve we'll be doing a route, and then whatever day the next Saturday falls on. So maybe changing things up schedule-wise in the new year. where one Saturday a month there won't be a stream, but then I'll stream on the Sunday evening instead. So a slight change to our scheduled programming. New Year's Eve. Could be New Year's Eve. I've got a calendar electronic mobile telecommunications device. So yeah, so the 17th, that's next Saturday. Then Christmas Eve will be some train sim at lunchtime. And then yeah, New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve at lunchtime, there'll be some Train Sim World 3. Don't know as yet if I'll be streaming New Year's Eve. Depends on what people are around and what we're going to be doing. Generally New Year's Eve's one of those things where people go and do the party thing or spend time with family thing. Last year we were going to stream but no one was around, so we didn't bother. Right, 9.2 miles to go. So we must be... I can't remember how long the high-speed section was before we turned onto this. I think it's only going to be a few miles down the track. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we could have gone this fast, I suppose, in a HST on the way down. But we didn't. We stuck to the speed limit. Limit. It's not scary anymore because these bends aren't as vigorous, aren't as tight. Still taking a bit of time to do the return journey though. Well, yeah, there is going to be points when we join what I'm guessing is the main line up here somewhere. That's the bit, I think, where it'll derail, if anywhere. And that'd be gutting if we're that close to the edge or the end and derail. We said on the way down, wasn't it? It's nice if there is a passenger run that came down here, which I don't think there is. There's nothing there. But for the driver, just looking out at, well, this, it's like, okay, it's been really difficult to keep your attention. Just one long straight bit of track. And then that road in America is like 100 miles in a straight line. That's got to be as boring as hell to go on. Not America, Australia. Yeah, did I say Australia? Australia. 100 miles straight. Yeah, 2.4 miles, look, we got a 79 mile an hour speed limit. So that's a bit where we join the main line again. So it's going to be the points in 2.2 miles or thereabouts is where we're likely to derail. Then it will be all over. And get ready to hold on tight, people, because this is going to get bumpy. Right. Yeah, it was actually, well, it's a gentle turn, so it might actually survive the points. Oh, the 90 miles straight. Okay, well, that's close. Only 10 miles out. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. Right, here comes the points. This is the bit where if it's going to derail, it's going to be here. Oh no, we're all good. How fast can you go on that road? I should imagine like 55, something like that. Oh, that was disappointing. We didn't derail. There was no fireball. And we're actually now under the speed limit. With 4.8 miles to go. The yellow won't change to a red because there's no other freight on the line, so we should be good there. It's only going to be if there's a red right at the end of the line. Was it a dead end? No, we started off just on the sidings. Definitely looks out of place. The HST sort of looks out of place. This definitely looks out of place. Alright, 3.2 miles to go. Yeah, we should have just gone flat out in the HST then, really, shouldn't we? We've probably done in about 20 minutes. Right, stop point is coming up. Yeah, I think anything much quicker than this would have certainly derailed. and do the slowing down thing. Blimey, brakes are really good on this. And that's pretty much where I stood at the very beginning of the stream, up there by those trees, because the front of the HST was down there. Well, that's an interesting place to have a static caravan. Right next to the highway and the train track. In the middle of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a name. Cosim, we shall call you. Thanks so much for the follow. 146.6k done in 55 minutes for an average speed of 150 kilometers an hour. Sorry, what now? Some sort of random distance Tourette's going on. That road. Oh, you're about bloody 10 minutes behind the conversation. You were just watching the Class 166 video. Why would you... You are obviously clinically insane then, aren't you? And then you thought, oh, this guy's a lunatic, I'll go and watch the live stuff. There's something wrong with you. In case you didn't know already, there's definitely something wrong with you. There's probably a lot of things wrong with you in all fairness, but, you know, that's one of the things. We have arrived. 45 minutes, there we go, to do 39 miles. That's not a bad average speed compared to the hour and 50 minutes, whatever it was, to do the trip on the way down. There we go then. Cane Creek. Tick. Next time then, now we've done that out of line, it will be Munich to Augsburg. Which is the one we should be doing next anyway, and then it'll be Rhine-Ruhr. We're not going to do Horseshoe Curve. Then it'll be the Isle of Widget. I might give LGV another go to see if you guys can talk me through it. But next week, Munich to Augsburg, and then Rhine-Ruhr on Christmas Eve, and then more to come. Working our way down all of the routes. We've got the Elfie. Actually, no, we've got the Elfie Christmas Eve thing, haven't we? So maybe Christmas Eve we'll do the Christmas DLC thing that's coming out for this, where you can drive a train around the living room thing. So maybe we'll do that Christmas Eve, being that it's, you know, Christmas Eve. But there we go. So more Train Sim World 3 back next Saturday. Next stream though is back in about 4 hours time, where we're going to be doing some MS.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Just interrupt me while I'm speaking. Back in about 4 hours time, where we're going to be doing some of the MSFS's group flight from Wichita, Kansas down to Amarillo, Texas, in the 172, where we're going to be playing some Christmas tunes. And you guys, rather stupidly of us, can choose the music. And what we want this evening is some Christmas music that isn't known Christmas music. So songs by artists that you may know, but Christmas hits that maybe we don't know. So some Christmas tunes that aren't Christmas tunes this evening. That's going to be the theme. That's your task. But Jay Blades, thanks very much for the follow. And then, so that's flying tonight. Tomorrow, lunchtime, back on the multiplayer farm. And then back with more trains on Tuesday. And then a week on Monday, the Christmas schedule starts. 2 streams a day at least over Christmas, sometimes 3 streams a day, all the way between Christmas, all the way between the 19th and the 1st of January. So there we go. So thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2 3/4 hours. And to these idiots, these lovely people as well. So thanks to Larwood, Nightbot and Shorty for doing absolutely sod all. Cheers. To Jay Blades and Kosim 2 for 50 and Vijansky for following. Thank you very, very much indeed. I will be back potentially, I think, with 2 idiots in planes this evening to do some of the flying things and play some of the music stuff. Until then, if you have been, thanks for watching.